Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Luke Ness Monster, and today I'll be reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series Walmart exclusive Imperial Crosshair. This is a figure, of course, from the Bad Batch line. This is a figure that super hard to pre-order. The pre-orders really sucked for it, and I'm super glad I did manage to get one. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. Of course, on the front it does say Imperial Crosshair, looking great there. I love the style packaging with the whole artwork on the side. It does look incredible, and I absolutely love this artwork of Crosshair. It looks incredible. Flip it over to the back, not a whole lot. We do have the other image of Crosshair there, and it is number 9 in the Bad Batch line. You can pause and read the bio if you would like. Flip it over to this side, not a whole lot going on there, so let's go ahead, get it open, and see what it looks like. So taking a look at this guy out of the box, he is really cool. He has a lot of reuse from the previous Crosshair figure, but I'm a huge fan of his outfit like this. I think it definitely just screams OG Death Trooper, and I'd love to see how his character progresses in Bad Batch Season 2, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of this character design for Imperial Crosshair. It does have a few flaws, because you know, it is not the most accurate figure, I guess, compared to the show, and I'll definitely point out where those inaccuracies are here in a second, but I think that just has to do with Hasbro reusing a few of these pieces that shouldn't have been reused. It's alright, and you wouldn't even really notice at first glance, but I do want to point them out, so let's go ahead and get this guy off the stand and take a closer look. So yeah, like I said, this figure does have a few inaccuracies, and that is mainly in the shoulder pads. These shoulder pads are just reused from the normal Crosshair figure, or I guess whatever original Crosshair figure. But one big problem for me is it's still, of course, I guess, is the big antenna thing here is the most obvious thing. It's just out of place. It doesn't really match, and his actual armor is more of like a curved one. It doesn't have an antenna at all, so it's definitely a huge inaccuracy. And then, of course, I think one small detail, but still noticeable, is his armor here still has the 99 in the armor, which just doesn't make any sense because he doesn't want to be a part of Clone Force 99. He left for the Empire, and it just does not fit his Imperial Crosshair character at all. So, like, I guess I could maybe get over the antenna because it's a design, I guess. You know, it's more of like an armor design, whereas the 99 is more of a character design, and it just doesn't fit the character. Anyway, one thing that this figure does have that I absolutely love is this storage system for his weapon. I love how you can store his weapon. It has storage for the sniper and for the pistol. Super cool. Yeah. And popping the head off, or the helmet off. Well, it's super tight, apparently, to get off, and his backpack went flying, but we do have that Imperial Crosshair head underneath. Looks incredible. It is the exact same head as the normal Crosshair, but I love the realistic adaptation of his head here. It looks really good. Anyway, comparing the two Crosshairs here, they are very similar. Hasbro did reuse a lot of this figure. The main, I guess, two pieces that are brand new is, of course, the most obvious is the helmet. Imperial helmet here looks super good. I wish the Imperial helmet did have some more green on it, or I guess not necessarily more green, but a brighter green. It's kind of a dull, muted color, whereas in the show it's like an LED light, it glows. So I wish they made it a little bit brighter, but overall they both look great. And the next, I guess, next and really only other difference is the chest here. Chest is new. It has like a little square carved into it, where this one is different. I guess also another difference I didn't notice before is the belt. These belts are different. This one has like a little sash thing going up his shoulder, where this one doesn't, so this one is a new mold for the belt as well. But yeah, it looks super cool. Anyway, first up for comparisons, we do have him next to the Elite Squad Trooper, and I think they look great together. My only problem is, for one, it's a different shade of like black. The Elite Squad Trooper is like a very dark gray, whereas Crosshair is actually black, so the colors don't match perfectly, and when you put them side by side, it makes the Elite Squad Troopers look, I guess, a little bluish, kind of, which doesn't make any sense because they are gray. But I guess the gray compared to the black makes it look blue, if that made any sense at all. But another problem I have is these are like super glossy, whereas Crosshair's armor is matte. So yeah, that's another reason where they don't really match together. I know both of these were probably based off concept art, so that's one reason why Crosshair probably has that antenna, and why these guys don't have the correct paint job. But you know, they just don't look super super great together. While I do think they look great, obviously they're super dope looking clones. It's a little nitpicks here and there for me, but overall they do look great together. And then last up for comparisons, we do have Imperial Crosshair next to the rest of the Bad Batch. Super happy to have all the Bad Batch, and Imperial Crosshair just goes so good with that. I cannot wait to get Echo and Omega. Hopefully they ship eventually. Hopefully they go for pre-order eventually. We don't know when they're supposed to release yet, but that would finally complete the Bad Batch. And yeah, I just prefer Imperial Crosshair than normal Crosshair when it comes to displaying figures, because in all of the Bad Batch, Crosshair was Imperial. So it's just weird to display normal Bad Batch Crosshair with him. But yeah, I absolutely do love these figures. So yeah, overall, I am a huge fan of Imperial Crosshair, and I cannot wait to see what they do with this character in Season 2. And overall, the figure is really good as well. A few inaccuracies here and there, so I am going to give it a 4 out of 5. I wanted to give it a 5 out of 5, but those shoulder pads are just too much for me to ignore. I do highly recommend you pick up this figure if you can, though. It is a Walmart exclusive and has been hitting stores in Canada. It really hasn't been hitting too many stores in the U.S. There's been a few here and there where you'll see them, but they really haven't been hitting U.S. wide scale yet. So hopefully they start to do that. But it does go in and out of stock every couple days. I mean, it was in stock I think almost all day yesterday. So yeah, check your Walmarts if you do want to get this figure. Check online because it does go in and out of stock. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.